This is the 2021 Toyota Rav4 Hybrid XSE non-technology package, and in this video I'm going to review this 4-year-old SUV and see how it's held up against 4 years of driving and nearly 100,000 kilometers. First things first, this is one of the most popular trims and models offered in the Rav4 Hybrid currently, being the XSE in the tech and non-technology package. And yes, Toyota is carrying through this package and this kind of configuration on the 2026 redesign for both the US and Canada. You can get them in the HEV and the PHEV. But back to this nearly 4-year-old hybrid all-wheel drive SUV. It's finished in the Blizzard Pearl White with the piano black accents. We're going to take a look at how everything has aged so far. This one currently does have the Toyota Safety Sense 2.0 in it, and it has a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder hybrid Synergy drive powertrain system. We're going to check out the hybrid powertrain system as well. And unfortunately, this is the year before Toyota made some changes and refinements to the current gen Toyota Rav4. For example, this is considered the older style front headlamp for the Toyota Rav4. In 2022, Toyota upgraded the headlamps to this type of design with a high and low beam separation there, and they also upgraded the alloy wheels from a different design than we're seeing right now. Currently, the XSE package that we're looking at and the current 2025 Toyota Rav4 XSE does feature an 18-inch piano black alloy wheel like this one here, but in a different design. Now, this Toyota Rav4 does feature and have 219 horsepower and puts out around 221 pound-foot of torque. It's also capable of towing up to 1,750 pounds. It does have sport-tuned suspension, which you can tell here by those blue arms that you get standard on the XSE Toyota Rav4. It's hooked up to a 55-liter gas tank, and it is rated to have a combined city and highway fuel economy average of around 6 liters per 100 kilometers combining city and highway. And I am going to hop in the interior once I show you the fit and finish from 4 years ago to see exactly what the average fuel economy is for this all-wheel drive hybrid XSE Toyota Rav4. Now, back in 2021, there was no XLE all-wheel drive premium package or premium model for the Toyota Rav4 hybrid. That came out in 2022. So if you wanted leather or Softex interior, which I'm going to show you the interior in a second, you had to go with at least the XSE non-technology package, which is this one here. Although it did have Toyota Safety Sense 2.0, you did have standard equipped blind spot monitoring system. And opening up to the interior, very good quality finish for a 4-year-old aged Toyota Rav4. Check out the power seat function, which came standard with this model. You've got the Softex interior with the blue accent stitching and piping. And I gotta say, this has just over 95,000 kilometers. And take a look at the seats. They are not really creased or crinkled in any way, shape, or form. And they've held their form pretty well over the years, wouldn't you say? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Now, anytime I've ever reviewed a Toyota vehicle with piano black trim and accents, I've always had someone in the comments section say or mention that the piano black isn't going to age well and that you're going to be able to see a lot of damage, imperfection, and stone chips. But I got to tell you, for this 2021 Toyota Rav4, the piano black has held up very well, and this is all original. Nothing has been replaced or repaired, repainted, I should say, on this Rav4. Let's take a look at the piano black roof, because that's typically where you'll get a lot of damage or imperfections. And I mean, yeah, you do see a couple of chips here, but really nothing that would overly concern or bother me, especially after 4 years and nearly 100,000 kilometers of driving. Taking a look at these bottom rocker panels here, piano black finish on the XSE and XSE Tech. I mean, look how good condition these still are in. Toyota has really stepped up the quality here when it comes to paint, fit, and finish on these Toyota Rav4 hybrids, which is why they're in such high demand. All right, I hopped in the interior. Let's take a look at this multi-information display system, which houses a lot of your customizations, settings, and features pertaining to the vehicle. Check this out. So not bad. I'm on a full tank, and it's has a range to do 676 kilometers. Keep in mind, it's a 55-liter gas tank. Not bad at all. That could also, of course, fluctuate depending on how you're driving, how many passengers you have, the weather, of course. But look at the average. It's averaging pretty darn close to the report of 6 liters per 100 kilometers combining city and highway. It has an average of 6.3 liters per 100 kilometers combining the city and highway. Not bad at all. Now that I'm on the interior of this lovely 4-year-old Toyota Rav4 hybrid, if you are currently watching this video because you do not own a Toyota Rav4 hybrid and you wanted to see how they perform, feel, and look after 4 or 5 years of use because you're interested in a hybrid but you don't quite own one or drive one yet, well then this is a perfect opportunity to upgrade your interior OEM all-weather floor mats to a set of mats from LastFit, who is the sponsor of today's video. These all-weather rubber floor mats that LastFit sent me are actually made from a TPE material, which is a property that combines both plastic and rubber and gives you the best of both worlds. They are not too firm, hard, or stiff. They're very easy to clean, and they don't give off any offensive odors, and they will also fit the interior of any current generation non-hybrid Toyota Rav4. These all-weather floor mats from LastFit are far superior and give you more protection from the OEM mats, covering higher corners, edges around the front, back, and that middle row hump that we have on the current generation Toyota Rav4. They also come in a very neat, tidy, and compact packaging, making it very easy to install and uninstall. All right, everyone, let's continue on checking out this lovely, very good condition 4-year-old Toyota Rav4 hybrid. In terms of the hybrid synergy drive hybrid powertrain system, in terms of how it's responding, how it is reacting to the acceleration, the deceleration, the engine braking, everything seems to be flowing perfectly, which I'll show you in just a second as I drive this vehicle. Taking a look at the battery life of the 12-volt battery. Right now, it is in extreme heat because it is very hot here in Ontario, Canada. It's close to 40 degrees, I should say, and the vehicle has been sitting for some time. So right now, the battery life is a little bit less than 50% on that hybrid high voltage battery. So I might be using more of the combustion engine as I'm driving the vehicle and until I can send some energy back to that battery, which mainly happens through regenerative braking and coasting as I'm using the vehicle. And here is an example of what I'm talking about. You can see here as I send power back to the battery, the engine, or sorry, the battery, the high voltage 12-volt battery, or the high volt battery does regenerate further up to and past the 50% mark. So it's clear that this Toyota Rav4 just needs to be driven. As I've done so many videos in the past where I've talked about the care and the overall maintenance and guide for a Toyota hybrid vehicle, how to properly use it and ensure longevity. And one of the things I always talk about is not letting the vehicle sit for long periods of time, because that will in the long run potentially do some harm to your high voltage hybrid battery, and it won't really give you the best efficiency in between uses if you're having the hybrid vehicle sit for too long. So make sure you're driving your hybrid Toyota vehicle on a regular basis. I'm going to show you the back seats as well and tell you about another feature that we don't currently have on this style of Toyota Rav4 for this year, but you currently have them in the current generation and most likely in the 2026 as well. But before I do that, check this out. The Canadian MSRP for this vehicle, brand new, was $39,340 plus your destination transportation fees and taxes. Guys, talk about resale. Go look up a 2021 Toyota Rav4 Hybrid XSE. The selling prices for these things are incredibly close to what they were brand new, and I'm talking around $36,000 to $37,000. This thing was $39,340 brand new, guys. Talk about holding its value. That'll be another video. But let's take a look at the interior here. Guys, I'm really pleased with the quality of this interior after 4 years. This is really cool. Stay tuned, don't leave. I'm going to show you guys the battery and the hybrid system on a short test drive here, exactly what that looks like. One more feature that we did have or do have currently that we don't have right now is the kick sensor tailgate. That is standard equipment right now in the current gen Toyota Rav4, but unfortunately there was no kick sensor on the Rav4. I think that came to us in 2022 or 2023 if I'm not mistaken. Again, let's take a look at this piano black on the back of this Rav4. Still very good condition. No major blemishes. I'm really happy, really pleased with the way this all-wheel drive hybrid SUV has aged. Keep in mind, this is Canada. We do have hot summers, and we do have very, very cold winters. So not bad at all. All right, I'm buckled up. I'm gonna go on a quick test drive just to test out how the suspension, the sport suspension feels after 4 years, 100,000 kilometers of use, to see how the acceleration and the hybrid synergy drive is working in relation to the fuel economy of 6.3 liters per 100 kilometers combined city and highway. All right, let's go for a drive. The whole drive, I'm gonna have the energy monitor on, and I'm gonna keep cutting in and out on clips to show you guys what the hybrid powertrain system is doing, and we're gonna see if we can pick up any abnormalities, which I don't think that we will here. I just want to see the hybrid high voltage battery itself and see how that energy or power level fluctuates here. But overall, I gotta say, this is still a very tight feeling SUV. Nothing makes any funny noises. Suspension feels as it should. Over bumps, nothing loose, nothing clunky, which is good. Let's get on a little bit of a higher speed here. How to use your signal, safety first. Okay. Let's get on. This road has a speed limit of around 60 kilometers an hour. So let's go ahead. So taking a look at the power band indicator, when I'm cruising and not forcefully accelerating, I'm still in the eco band, which means hybrid. Once you're into that power band, that basically means you're using your combustion engine. And right now, in terms of driving mode, I'm gonna leave it to eco just to give the hybrid powertrain system the benefit of the doubt. So as I'm braking, we got a lot of regenerative braking happening. That system, that technology is still working flawlessly on the Toyota Rav4 from 4 years, 100,000 kilometers ago. And you can see as I'm driving, as I'm using the vehicle, guys, my hybrid high voltage battery power level is increasing, which brings me back to my point. If you have a hybrid Toyota, don't leave it parked. You got to drive these things on a regular basis. It's not good for any electrified vehicle to remain sitting, especially in the heat or in the cold. So regenerative braking does take place as you're coasting, and as you're actually braking. So whenever you're not accelerating and the vehicle's moving, you're regenerative braking, which you're sending power back to your high voltage battery. So in eco mode, still very responsive. No complaints really, guys. Hybrid powertrain system seems to be working fine. I'm heavily accelerating right now, so yeah, it's going into the power band. But as I get to my speed limit, I'm currently not needing to accelerate, and I'm in a charge state, which means I'm sending that power back to the battery. This is very quiet. This probably feels just as it did when it was brand new in 2021. I wouldn't even know I'm driving a 4-year-old vehicle. No weird feeling, sounds, etc. A few more features standard on the XSE from 2021. It did come with a leather-wrapped heated steering wheel. Now in 2021 on the XSE, you did not get a wireless phone charger, but you did get this digital display rear view mirror, which is pretty cool technology for a 4-year-old hybrid SUV. Just with the toggle of that switch or that toggle here, it gives you a clear, unobstructed view of what's happening behind your vehicle. Well, everyone, make sure you check out Last Fit if you want to upgrade your interior all-weather floor mats for your non-hybrid Toyota Rav4 current generation. I hope you enjoyed this video review, and you can see how beautifully this Toyota Rav4 hybrid is aging just like fine wine. I know that sounds cliche, but it's true. The hybrid system works flawlessly, and look at the resale value. Look at the pricing, just a few $1,000s away from what they were brand new 4 years ago. We'll catch you guys on the next video. Take care.